First, the pressure for power plant and industrial plant engineering. Let's start with our first problem. What is the velocity of sound in 150 degree Fahrenheit or 66 degrees Celsius air at a standard pressure? Note, the density of air at 150 degree Fahrenheit is 0.064 pound mass per cubic feet. Okay, so we are required to find the velocity of sound. So, what's the formula in finding the velocity of sound? So, remembering our formula from fluid mechanics, velocity of sound is square root of K RT GC, where K is the specific heat ratio, R is the gas constant of our fluid, in this case, air, T is the absolute temperature of our air, and GC serves as our conversion factor. Okay, so let's substitute all of our information. Okay, for our velocity, it's equivalent to square root of K of air is 1.4. R for air is equivalent to 53.33. It is foot-pound force per pound mass Rankine. Our T is the absolute temperature. So let's use the English equivalent of our temperature, which is 150 degrees Fahrenheit. But this should be in absolute condition, so we must add 460 to make this Rankine. And then our conversion factor, which is 32.2 pound mass feet per second squared pound force. So that is our computation. What is our velocity? This is equivalent to 1,211. So what will be our unit? So let's cancel our units. Okay, we have pound mass here, we have Rankine here, and then we have here pound force. So the remaining unit inside of our square root is feet times feet, that would be feet squared per second squared. And getting the square root of that, which is feet per second. So that's our velocity. So the best answer is letter A. Next problem. It is the condition of pressure and temperature at which a liquid and its vapor are indistinguishable. So that's letter C, critical point. Number 3. What is the pressure 8,000 feet below the water surface of the ocean? Neglect compressibility. Okay, so to find our pressure, which is 8,000 feet below the water surface, it is equivalent to a specific weight of our fluid times the height. In this case, our fluid is ocean. So we are required to know the specific weight of our ocean. Okay, so it is better that we know the specific gravity of ocean, which is 1.03. So our pressure is equivalent to gamma of ocean is equivalent to a specific gravity of ocean times the specific weight of water. So that will be 1.03 times 62.4. So that's pound force per cubic feet. So that's our specific weight times our height, which is 8,000 feet. So we can cancel out one of the feet. So this will be pound per square feet or PSF. So what is our pressure 8,000 feet below the water surface of the ocean? The answer is 514,176 pounds per square feet or PSF. So the closest one is letter B, 512,000 PSF. Next one, ignition of air fuel mixture in the intake of the exhaust manifold. The answer is B, backfire. A cylindrical 1-foot diameter, 4 feet high tank contains 3 feet of water. What rotational speed is required to spin water out the top? First, visualize natin yung ating problem dito. So we have a cylinder, the 1 feet diameter, and a height of 4 feet, which contains water with a height of 3 feet. So that is our initial scenario. And then, the question here, what rotational speed is required to spin water out the top? So let's imagine what will happen if we rotate the cylinder about its central axis. So it will look like this to be able to reach our top surface. So magkakaroon tayo ng airspace sa taas ng ating cylinder, which is in the form of a paraboloid. So the question here, at what rotational speed is required to spin the water out the top? O kung sa anong speed natin i-rotate yung ating cylinder para makaabot yung ating water sa pinaka-top ng ating cylinder. So what will be our solution here? So we know here, so no water spilled our cylinder because we just make sure that the water reached the top. So we can say that the volume before spinning is equal to the volume after our rotation. And then, ano pa yung other given natin? So we know that the unknown is our omega or our rotational speed. And we know that if we have rotation, we have our rotational velocity. So we have V is equal to, ano bang formula ng ating velocity kapag meron tayong rotational speed? It is equivalent to the radius of our body multiplied by the rotational speed. And the unknown is equivalent to omega is V over R, where V is the velocity and R is the radius of the body. And we know may given a diameter, so kalahati nun, meron tayong radius. So to be able to solve our rotational speed, we need to solve our velocity. So paano ba natin makukuha ang ating velocity? So we have here water. So we could relate our height of water with the velocity of our water, and that's equivalent to square root of 2gh. So what is that particular h? So that is from the point of zero velocity up to the point of our unknown velocity. So that is from this point, which is also the vertex of our parabola, up to the top of our cylinder. So this is our h. And we know the height of the cylinder is 4. So the remaining height here is equivalent to 4 minus h. So that will be our scenario. So first, let's look at this scenario. So what will be our volume before? So let's look at this one. What is the volume of our water inside the cylinder before spinning? That is equivalent to volume of a cylinder, because the water is in the form of a cylinder. That is area of the base times height. So since walang pagbabago sa area ng base before and after, we could just put area times height. So area of the base multiplied by the height of the water, which is 3 feet. It's equivalent to, so let's get the volume of our water after spinning. So first, kunin natin yung volume ng water below our paraboloid or this section. So as we can see, it is still a cylinder. So that will be area of base times height. So ano yung height na itong section na to? So this is 4 minus h plus area naman ng water sa taas ng ating kinuha kanina. So ito namang natitira ko. So we know it is a paraboloid, and a paraboloid has a volume of 1/2 of the volume of a cylinder. So that's the volume of a paraboloid. So kung kalahati yung ating paraboloid o yung airspace, so masasabi ko rin na itong natitirang water dito ay yung natitirang kalahati. So it will be 1/2 the volume of the cylinder, which is area ng base times the height of that paraboloid, which is h. And then common ang ating area ng base. What is the particular h? This is equivalent to how many feet? It is 2 feet. And now we can solve our velocity. So we have here our omega is equal to v over h. So gamitin natin itong formula to. So our velocity is square root of 2 times our g. Since we are on the English unit, it is 32.2 times our height, which is 2 feet. And then our radius, so we have a diameter of 1 feet. So kalahati ng diameter, that's the radius. So kalahati ng 1, that is 1/2. So what is our rotational speed? It is equivalent to 22.7 radians per second. The energy of a fluid flowing at any section in the pipeline is a function of C, height above a chosen diameter, density, internal energy, pressure, and velocity of flow. So that is our answer. Number 7, water with a density of 62.4 pound mass per cubic feet is flown through a pipe. A pitot-static gauge registers 3 inches of mercury. What is the velocity of water in the pipe? Note, the density of mercury is 848.6 pound mass per cubic feet. So we must find the velocity of water in the pipe. So we have here a pitot-static gauge. So we have a reading in terms of height. So in terms of height, we can find the velocity in terms of square root of 2 gh. And since we are required to find the velocity of water, our height must be expressed in water also. But if we are to read again our problem, the registered height is in terms of inches of mercury. So what we need is the height in terms of water. So meaning we must convert the inches of mercury into something in terms of water. To do that, we must know the formula in converting height in a fluid into another fluid, and that's equivalent to the formula of pressure, which is gamma h, or density times h. So the raw h for water must be equal to the raw h of our mercury. So meaning our height in terms of water is equivalent to density of mercury times height of mercury divided by density of water. Okay, we can solve our velocity of water. It's equivalent to square root of 2 times our g is 32.2. So that is feet per second squared. So our height of water is rho of mercury, which is 848.6. That's pound mass per cubic feet times our height of mercury is 3 inches. So we must convert this directly into feet. So 3 inches to feet, we must divide it by 12. So that is rho times h of our mercury. Then we must divide this by the density of water, which is 62.4 pound mass per cubic feet. You can cancel out the unit of density. And that is enclosed under our square root. What is our velocity of water? This is equivalent to 14.80 feet per second. So the Best answer is letter A. Next one, when gas is heated at constant volume, the process is called isometric. Take note, constant volume is isometric process. Number 9, the power requirement of a Carnot refrigerator in maintaining a low temperature region at 300 Kelvin is 1.5 kilowatts per ton. Find the heat rejected. So for a refrigeration cycle, take note, I have a formula that our network is equivalent to heat rejected minus heat added, or the capacity. But we are asked to find the heat rejected, meaning manipulating this formula, QR is equivalent to work plus QA. So we must identify which is the work and which is the capacity, or QA. According to our problem, the power requirement of this refrigerator is 1.5 kilowatts per ton, meaning that power requirement actually is the power requirement of our device. So meaning our 1.5 kilowatts is the power requirement or the work, meaning that is our value for W, 1.5 kilowatts. But according to this one, it is per ton, and that is tons of refrigeration, which is a unit of capacity, or QA, meaning our QA is 1 ton if our work is 1.5 kilowatts. So our QA value is 1 ton of refrigeration, or in kilowatts, that is also 3.5167. So we do that to make them both kilowatts. And also, as you can see, our choice is also in kilowatts. What is our heat rejected? So that is 5.02 kilowatts. That's letter C. Next one, when gas is heated at constant pressure, the process is called isobaric. Take note, constant pressure process is isobaric process.